1 Kings 13:18, I too am a prophet, as you are. Pastor Tunde Bakare claims to have lifted the curse placed on the Igbo people by Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Pastor Bakare claimed in this video that when the soldiers removed Balewa's turban, they poured wine on his head and force-fed him with alcohol, during the January 15, 1966 military action that toppled the First Republic. This is a lie.
I say, I want to tell you why Igbos cannot rule Nigeria, and I want to remove the curse today. You know what happened? The day they killed Tafawa Balewa, they removed his turban, they poured wine on his head, forced him to drink, and shot him. And while he was being killed, he said, none of your tribe will ever rule Nigeria. It's not a new thing I'm saying. And I said, I want to break the curse today, because these Igbos were not part of those people. You cannot overgeneralize. And I went into the Bible, I showed them Genesis 49. Reuben! You are my firstborn. You will not excel. You went to my couch. You defiled my couch. You're unstable as water. But God raised Moses. Said, let Reuben live and not die. And let his men not be few. I said, on the authority of God's word, I reverse the curse of Tafawa Balewa over the Igbo generation. You will have access to the throne like any other person. Do you understand this? If you don't rise above tribal and religious, gosh, God help me. If you don't rise above it, you can't fix a nation. You can't repair the breach. You can't restore the past to dwell in.
Reference to the article written by Chuck Silo Egunam, titled Pastor Tunde Bakare, and the Lies of a Failed State. The author explains, Mr. Bakare's story, fanciful as it sounds, is a pack of lies. This article, therefore, is to educate Mr. Bakare, and others of his misguided persuasion with the truth, of which Jesus, the Christ said in John 8:32, Ye shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. Pastor Tunde Bakare of the Citadel Global Community Church recently spoke through his hat while preaching a sermon. He told his congregation that, during the January 15, 1966 military action that toppled the First Republic, the soldiers that took Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa removed his turban, poured wine on his head and force-fed him with the alcohol. For abominating him, Balewa, just before he was shot, pronounced a cause on Digbo, to the effect that no one from the ethnic group will ever bear rule over Nigeria. On the mundane level, no one removed any turban from Sir Abubakar's head. The turban is a headdress. Soldiers invaded the Prime Minister's official residence at around 3 a.m., when the man was in bed. Did he sleep turbaned? Do people sleep in their headdresses? Apart from that picture in which presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari appeared in suit and tie, wearing a wan smile and looking almost comical with his receding hairline, there hardly is another photograph of the man in which a cap does not adorn his head. Would his traditional fondness for full dressing gear ever mean that he went to bed in a hat? Do women sleep with all those accessories they routinely assembled on their heads for public events? Tafawa Balewa's turban was not removed because he wasn't wearing one when his adversaries closed in on him. Muslims are by injunction forbidden to consume alcoholic beverages. The story that the Prime Minister was bathed in wine and inebriated with it is aimed at sustaining the opprobrium first established by revisionists in 1966. Also, his recovered body showed clearly that he hadn't been shot. The lies spewed by Mr. Bakare have one source. They always had a single objective, the monopoly of political power by the geopolitical North.